Hello students, so far we discussed so many methods for preparing alkyl halides, but in every method particularly we are going to learn like it is not best method for preparing alkyl fluorides, only applicable for alkyl chlorides, or except alkyl fluoride we can prepare for alkyl chloride bromide, or only applicable for alkyl iodides. We made such instructions in each and every method. Now this is the method what we are going to learn today, that is Schwarz reaction. In this reaction we can prepare only alkyl fluorides but not alkyl chlorides or alkyl iodides. Of course starting reactants are alkyl chlorides. So Schwarz reaction is preparation of alkyl fluorides, from alkyl chlorides by using antimony fluoride, arsenic fluoride, silver fluoride, or mercurous fluoride like ASBF, SBF3, ASF3, AZF, Hg2F2. By using these reagents, we can prepare alkyl fluorides only. In this method, we can prepare from alkyl chlorides. Let us see. Alkyl chloride RCl upon reaction with SBF3, ASF3, AGF, Hg2F2. If you observe, all these are ionic compounds and fluorine is more electronegative. It exists preferably as F minus. So Sb plus 3 and 3F minus. Similarly, As plus 3 and 3F minus. AgF, Ag plus and F minus. Hg2F2 but not HgF2. HgF2 covalent nature is more, but Hg2F2 ionic nature is more. Here we need to use ionic halides. If you observe clearly, antimony plus 3 and plus 5 both oxidation states are possible, but here we are using only plus 3 because of if antimony positive charge increases, then its covalent nature increases and ionic nature decreases. Similarly, arsenic also can exhibit plus 3 and plus 5. Here arsenic plus 3 only we are using because of it is more ionic rather than AsF5. And AgF, of course, Ag plus 1 F minus. Hg also exists in two forms, Hg plus 1 and plus 2, but here we are using plus 1 only. See, based on Fajans rule, more the charge upon cation, more the covalent nature, less the charge upon cation, more the ionic nature. Based upon that principle, here we are using less positive charge containing cations, fluorides, and SBF3, ASF3, AGF, Hg2F2. We are getting RF and along with that chloride, Cl minus. Now, this mechanism already earlier we discussed. So similar to that mechanism here also, let us assume that halogen or chlorine containing, this one is now leaving group containing carbon is attached to F minus, is attached to 4 different groups, and it is chiral carbon. It is a chiral carbon. Now attacking of F minus from rear side, so again it is SN2 reaction type, SN2 reaction not type, SN2 reaction means rear side attacking, since leaving group or departing group and attacking nucleophile both are negatively charged. These two negatively charged species try to maintain maximum distance. That's why F minus is attacking from rear side only and Cl minus is going to depart slowly. So mechanism what we learned in previous case, same like that. Here also it is a simple and single step mechanism. Single step mechanism proceeds via formation of transition state, and first only one step, this only slow step and rate determining step. F minus when attacks from rear side, if earlier compound is D and final product what we are getting L, this we can notice only in case of chiral carbon. If carbon halogen containing carbon is not chiral, then you cannot notice that inversion. This is what we call the inversion of configuration. If you consider D, you are getting L. And along with that AgCl product, because of we are using AgF and acetone is solvent here. Acetone is solvent which makes comfort to dissolve both the reactants here. And similarly, I am going to consider 2,2 dichloropropane. This one upon reaction with SBF3 or ASF3, whatever it may be. That Cl means whether it is primary or secondary, that's not criteria here, but relative attacking of F minus upon secondary carbon is relatively less compared to earlier example. Here in this case less, because of alkyl groups are electron rich, and which causes steric hindrance, and which resists that attacking of F minus from rare side. But it's possible to displace both the halogen atoms. Instead of that, we can keep two fluorine atoms in this method. Now let us see the graph for this reaction. So basically this one is reactant CH3 CHDCl. This one upon reaction with say AZF or ASF3. This is starting reactants. Now the starting reactant, in order to convert into products, it has to go to transition state. This transition state is what we call the activation energy, and this transition state is nothing but has a pentavalent carbon. Say one has CH3 and H and deuterium. Here departing Cl as Cl minus, here attacking F as F minus, and Cl comes out as Cl minus. This one is a transition state, which is nothing but a maximum energy, and later this reactant converts into products. In that case FCHD CH3 plus Cl minus. Now this one is only single step. This step is slow step because of high activation energy. Due to high activation energy, reaction is slow. High activation energy, slow step. Since it is a slow step, that only we can say rate determining step. Then we can write rate law. Rate is equal to K into substrate and nucleophile. Substrate and nucleophile. So two molecules are participating in rate law. One is nucleophile, another one is substrate. That's why this mechanism what we called SN2 mechanism. SN2 mechanism. This one proceeds SN2 mechanism. Its order also 1 plus 1 2. Order of the reaction is 2. So simply order is nothing but the sum of the powers or indices of concentration terms in rate law. Here substrate power 1 and nucleophile power 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. That's why it is a second order reaction and also biomolecular reaction. This is Schwarz reaction only for alkyl fluoride preparation from alkyl chlorides. Next method of preparation of alkyl halides, Radon's method. This is modern method. In this method, alcohols upon heating with halogen or methyl iodide in presence of triphenyl phosphite. So here you should remember one thing. It is phosphite. Phosphite means acid salts. So H3PO3. H3PO3 generally we are saying phosphorus acid. It's all generally pH instead of hydrogen, phenyl group is there. Hence it is called triphenyl phosphite. PHO taken thrice P. Now alcohols, here I am going to consider primary alcohol upon reaction with halogen and triphenyl phosphite, and upon heating reflux. Reflux means nothing but prolonged heating. Then we are getting alkyl bromide, phenol and diphenyl bromophosphate. So here I used primary alcohol. Is it necessary to use only primary alcohol? And let us recall once again. Earlier method we also prepare alkyl halide from alcohols. So in such a case, remember that Lucas reagent we use anhydrous ZnCl2 and concentrated HCl 1:1 ratio, right? So there I mentioned that this OH group is poor leaving tendency, means nucleophugacity is less. Nucleophugacity. Fugacity means tendency to leave. So less nucleophugacity OH minus, it is not possible to displace by Br minus. But there in such a case, what we use generally acid. So this oxygen get protonated and it converts into OH2 plus. Now it is good leaving group. So lesser nucleophugacity is converted into more nucleophugacity by protonation. Later we used phosphorus trihalides, trichloride, phosphorus pentachloride, whereas in case of bromides, phosphorus tribromide, phosphorus triiodide, or in presence of red phosphorus and iodine. We discussed that, right? So in such a case also, phosphorus possesses a vacant orbital, and from this alcoholic oxygen lone pair will be accepted, and by accepting lone pair of electron from oxygen into vacant d orbital of phosphorus, it makes that OH group is good leaving group. Like that concept similar to anhydrous ZnCl2. In anhydrous ZnCl2 also what we discussed? Anhydrous means there is no water, which consists of vacant d orbitals. Into that vacant d orbitals, lone pair will be given by this oxygen atom, and it forms a complex, and by making complex, its size increases, more the bulkiness, more the leaving tendency, right? So for that, just like to that method, here also we are using phosphite, here also vacant d orbitals, and again this oxygen is going to donate electron pair into vacant d orbital of phosphorus, and it makes that OH is good leaving group, and finally we are getting this product. The specialty of this method is, here irrespective of that alcohol, whether it is primary or secondary or tertiary, and similar to that alpha beta carbon is hindered or not hindered, all these things are not criteria here. In this method we can prepare alkyl halide from any alcohol. Let us see here, I am going to consider 2,2-dimethyl propanol, 1 propanol. This one upon treatment with methyl iodide, we are getting same, means without any rearrangement. There is no rearrangement product. So there is no rearrangement product means reaction do not proceed via formation of any carbocation. And we are getting same, means primary alcohol, this one you are getting primary alkyl iodide along with that normal products only. And if you can use Br2 or methyl iodide, ultimately whatever it may be same, the positive part will be goes to the oxygen and negative part will comes to here. So this one is applicable for all the alcohols which undergo even elimination, like tertiary and secondary alcohols undergoes elimination. Similarly, alcohol, which one we have to use? You can use any alcohol. Here C6H11OH, which is nothing but cyclohexanol. So whether you are using cyclohexanol or tertiary alcohol or secondary alcohol or beta carbon hindered, all these things are not criteria. You can get directly that alkyl halide, but byproducts are, one is phenol because we are using triphenyl phosphate. So if you observe here triphenyl phosphate, when we are using methyl iodide CH3 plus and I minus, here vacant orbital is there, here carbocation character, and into that oxygen is going to donate electron pair. So similarly, when we are using here bromine, into this bromine also Br, when this oxygen is going to donate electron pair, this Br comes out as a Br minus. So either it is a Br2 means halogen or a CH3I. In both cases there is no difference, but we should remember one more thing. The same concept we are not supposed to apply for Cl2, because in case of Cl2, Cl plus and Cl minus, the tendency is very less. Now when oxygen is going to donate electron pair, this oxygen bears positive charge that I am showing here like this, positive charge whole complex, and iodine remaining I minus, iodine exists as I minus. This I minus only attacks upon OH group containing carbon, and you are getting C6H11I. That means here overall reaction, if you observe, nucleophilic substitution reaction. Overall reaction is nucleophilic substitution reaction. This one simply it produces I minus, means it produces a nucleophile. That nucleophile only approaches upon OH group containing carbon, and without any rearrangements and without formation of any carbocations. Here this one is going to accept electron pair from oxygen, and it is oxygen based positive charge. It makes that OH is good leaving tendency. Further, that is I minus attacks upon oxygen containing carbon or OH group containing carbon, and you are getting CH2I product. So far whatever the methods we discussed, like preparation of alkyl halides from alkanes and alkenes. In alkenes again we discussed Marconic of addition, anti-Marconic of addition, and from alcohols also we discussed by using Lucas reagent, by using PCl3, PBr3, Pi3 or red phosphorus and iodine, also PCl5, like that, and so many other reactions like Finkelstein reaction, halide exchange method, and Schwartz reaction, Hans-Decker Borodin synthesis, and Radon method. All these are the methods of preparation of alkyl halides, and all these methods are important, and we need to check which one is which one forms via formation of carbocation, which one gives alkyl halide via formation of carbocation, which one gives alkyl halide without formation of carbocation. As previously we discussed that wherever there is formation of carbocation intermediate, their rearrangement ring expansions are possible, and where there is no formation of carbocation, their rearrangement ring expansions are not possible. You are getting only one product. And one more thing you should remember, stereospecific and stereoselective. So stereospecific, all these reactions where you are getting only one product, they are stereospecific. Stereoselective means what we discussed in previous class. So there is a possibility of more than one product, of that one of the product is major or predominant. There is a possibility for formation of two or more products, but one of the product is predominant. That what we call regio-specific, stereospecific. Here you are getting only selective, only one product you are going to get. Okay.